Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is sugar cookies, and these are soft sugar cookies. The ingredients you will be needing is 1/2 cup of butter, 1 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 1 cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 4.5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of salt. Now the first step you will do is take the butter and the sugar and you will cream it. You'll cream it together, and you're going to beat these two ingredients until it's light and fluffy. So it'll start to look a lot like it'll start to look a lot like a buttercream. But when it starts looking like a little like buttercream, you throw in your egg, then your milk and your vanilla, and just keep beating that. Now I would suggest that you use a whisk at this time. I actually forgot to change the paddle to a whisk, so that's why it looks a little bit clumpy, but don't worry, it does get better from here. Now you throw in your you start putting in your flour, 1 cup to 2 cups at a time, and just let that mix in. Now I did put the baking powder and the flour and everything, the salt, all together at this time. So basically, once you are done putting your wet ingredients, put your dry ingredients and just beat it together. And then once it is all stuck onto the paddle, take it off the paddle. You knead it with your hands for a little bit with some on a floured surface. And then after that, once you are done kneading it, you're going to put it in some cling wrap and you're going to put it in the fridge. And it needs to sit in the fridge for at least 30 minutes because when you are working with it, it needs to be cold. So what I did here was I actually cut half of it out. I didn't use the whole thing. I only took a half out and I rolled that out. Now make sure that your surface is floured. Make sure that it's not wet in any way and it has a good amount of flour on it, so that when you are rolling it out, it doesn't stick to your countertop. Now my kids were they were very little at this time, so I didn't have them rolling it out. I did have them using the cookie cutters later on, but I did not video them using the cookie cutters. Now I got these really cute cookie cutters from Amazon, and they are Ramadan inspired, Eid inspired cookie cutters. So they have moon, they have little lanterns, camels, they also have a sheep, some stars, and some masjids. And it's a really cute thing because both of my kids were very excited to see these type of cookie cutters. So once you have them all cut out, put them in a nice tray and put them in the oven for around 12 minutes. No, sorry, not around 12 minutes, around 8 to 10 minutes for 8 to 10 minutes baking at 350 degrees. Now since I didn't use all the dough, I actually had some dough sitting on the side. Later on in the day, my niece came over and I had her roll out some dough, and it was just a really fun activity for her as well. And they really wanted to decorate the cookies, which we do towards the end. Sadly, my niece had to leave early, so I gave her some decorations to take home and do. This part is a little hard because the dough is it's cold, so it's a little hard to roll it out. But it is fun, and it is one of those things that you could do as a family and just have just keep the kids busy for a while. Now while she was cutting these, I was trying to make some royal icing on the side. Now it had been a while since I made royal icing, so it came out a little too runny. So what I did was I made it sticky enough for my kids to put some sprinkles on it, and then later on what I did was when they fell asleep, I just outlined it with some buttercream frosting, and I just filled it in with the liquidy royal icing, threw some sprinkles on. And what we actually did was that I wanted to teach my kids about giving in the month of Ramadan, so we put these in packages, and I had both of my daughters go around our building and just hand these out, and just tell them that, you know, our month of Ramadan is here and we wanted to give you guys cookies. And it was just one of those things that both of the kids really enjoyed. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.